What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, coming at you from the Loves in Smith Station, Alabama. Today, what I want to talk to you about is some piss poor trip planning on my part in a number of different ways. You know, if anybody that knows me knows I run extremely hard at the beginning of a load to relax at the end. So when I got this load, my intentions were to run super hard these first couple days, get to a truck stop within 15 miles, I think it's 18 miles of the receiver, shut down and be able to chill for a good 14 hours, something like that. Well, poor trip planning, not really knowing the routes all that well around here, got me all screwed up. You know, I primarily run that Midwest region, primarily, you know, Pennsylvania down to like, you know, well, just put it this way, I don't run a lot in this area that I'm at now, so I really wasn't familiar with what's around, all that kind of stuff. And I was looking at my route yesterday and I was like thinking, okay, well, I got 2 hours or about an hour and a half left on my clock. I really don't want to run much further because I was kind of looking at truck stops along the route, what I thought was the route. I didn't see much there, but when I realized what the route actually was, hold on a second. When I realized what the route actually was, I could have drove, whatever is grammatically correct, about another 50 miles and found an easy spot to park at yesterday. Well, I didn't do that. I shut down a little earlier than I wanted to at the Little Rock, Arkansas Petro. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm like 620 miles away. If I run and gun, I'll be able to get, you know, because I had this Loves plugged in near my receiver, I'll be able to get there. Now, I had two choices. I could have either came through Birmingham, Alabama, taken the 65, I could have gone that route, or I could have taken the 280 off of that. And the 280 was 35 miles shorter, so I'm thinking, hey, if I shave off 35 miles on this, even if I lose a little bit of time, it's not going to be 35 minutes. So let me hit that. Wrong. First of all, the traffic near that Birmingham area on that is extremely dense, number one. Number two, the hills and curves around that area, listen, West Virginia has nothing on that area right there. So I'm going through there, getting held up. Then I finally break loose, but then you break loose, speed limit gets back up to 65 miles an hour. But now you're stopping every 5 miles or coming down a downgrade where there's a stoplight at the bottom of it, so you got to kind of prepare yourself for that. Anyway, to make a long story short, I wasn't gonna be able to make it as far as I wanted to make it. So looking at the truck stop situation, you know, I'm sure I could have found plenty of places in the cut. Georgia, Alabama's good for that, but I didn't see any real truck stops. You know, I looked at one, I stopped and I looked at fueling along the way, and I only saw 2 fuel stops, one of which looked like,
after 78
hold on a second.
Turn left to US 280.
One of which looked like a crappy Pilot that even early in the day was showing parking's full. And at that point, if I go that far, I'm obligated. So I didn't want to do that. Damn, that thing threw me off. So anyway, I needed a real truck stop that I got some real shower credits at. Need to take a shower, get out of this shirt, do all that because it's getting a little rustic. I wasn't able to do it yesterday. I could have done it yesterday, but once I started thinking about it, it was like saying that the wait for a shower at that Little Rock, was it a TA or Petro? It doesn't matter. One of those two was like an hour, and I was like, I need to go to sleep because I got to be up, I got to be up at 12 o'clock midnight, ready to run. So I was like, I'll find it tomorrow, either on a 30-minute break or when I stop. Now, had I been able to do that on a 30-minute break, I would have had more flexibility. I probably would have drove out a little bit longer in hopes that I could have found something in the cut. And then there were a couple of small truck stops along the way. But once my 3 hours of driving was up, I'm driving by truck stops, and at least where I got shower credits at, and you solar-powered truckers were still out there all, sun's already, about to break, and y'all just still sitting in there clogging up all the parking. So I was like, forget it. I'll find it at the back end. That's what I planned on doing. Didn't happen. So, two things I learned in this. Obviously, I know the route better because I normally really don't mess around with much in this area, so I know that a little bit better. So that'll help me in the future. Number two, do not take that 280 shortcut. You think it's a shortcut, maybe in the middle of the night it might be, but that's the kind of place where I could see Boss Hogg sitting out there pulling people over in the middle of the night, because it's hard to keep that speed down on them downgrades. I mean, I looked at one and it was showing like 10% downgrade with the, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not even sure at night that would be the place to go. The traffic would be better, but whatever. And it looked like WHILYV might be around that bad boy too. So I will not take this route again. I learned that. So the thing about it is I thought I knew my route better than I did, and that was the problem in this. Had I really known, I'd have been good to go. I'd have parked where I wanted to park, been able to get up like, an hour before it was time for me to get to the receiver. Now, I'm in Alabama, which is Central Time Zone, going into Georgia, which is Eastern Time Zone, so I'm losing an hour there, and I'm gonna have to get up like, let's say I'm gonna have to start driving like 1 in the morning to get there. I'm gonna leave about an hour leeway in there, so I gotta leave at 1 in the morning for a 5 o'clock appointment. So I figured 2.5 hours of driving, and then an hour buffer, and an hour time zone change. So there you go. The only, I'm always trying to find the bright side in the situation. The bright side of the situation is I start my clock extremely early. So chances are I'm not going to get one of those loads that I'm going to be picking up super, super late at night or anything like that. Who knows? Anyway, big mistake. So just watched Trucker John video. Sorry to see you leaving Prime. I have watched numerous other videos, but I can't comment while I'm driving, or should I say listen to some of these videos, but can't comment while I'm driving. Congratulations, Eric and Jenna, on your second truck. And that's about it. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Do not make the mistake I made. Do not take 280 from, was it Birmingham? Yeah, from Birmingham into the Atlanta area. It is absolutely not worth it. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.